Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, we want to thank all of our fans, our sponsors, our patrons. We appreciate all of your guys' support. Everyone that's bought us a cup of coffee, been greatly appreciated. We've had a rough couple of weeks here in the family, been out of work for a week and a half, coming up on 2 weeks thanks to our old friend COVID running through us. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with the usual spiel, so all of you guys that are interested in what's going on with Sin City Living and what we plan on doing in the future with our live streams and upcoming events, please stick around to the end of the video or skip to the end of the video and watch. I will put most of that stuff in the ending spiel, and I will try and update it every week or two with more news. Otherwise, that being said, we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. So for today's video, we want to talk about the 5 worst types of players that we come across on a common basis. I could list a dozen different types or archetypes, I suppose, or I mean, if you're a gamer in role-playing games, you know, different player classes, basically. But just of what we see every single day, every single hour, these are 5 of the more common, just absolutely terrible players that we see. First one I actually mentioned in another video as well, and it is the person that does a pass line bet and nothing else. Just a pass line bet, no odds, no place bets, that's it. They're wasting their time. They're wasting their time, and it's baffling to us why they're even playing craps. Why would you play a game that takes 4 or 5 minutes to get an answer to that on that particular bet, when you could do your $10 bet on, say, blackjack and get a win-loss within 10 seconds. I mean, you know, most players actually want to get some action going. Typically, when I see that and that's it, it's either somebody that's brand new, just barely learned how to play the game, or if they do know the game, then at least know the most basics of the game, then typically it's the type of person that thinks that playing craps is the cool game. I see that a lot. The people that think that if you're a craps player, you're a cool gambler versus the other games. So that's number 1. Number 2 of the worst types of players that we see, place bet strokers. And what do I mean by that? Well, you've got players that, let me think of a couple common examples. So you got a player that goes, you know, hey, take me 52 across. You got it. You got 52 across. There you go. Dice haven't even moved yet, and they say, you know what, press it. Press everything. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so you just bet 78 across in 2 easy payments. Dice haven't even moved yet, and they say, make my 4 and 10 look like a quarter. Okay? This kind of stuff. String betting. String betting your place bets over and over. Before the dice have even moved, you bet your bets multiple times. That's a place bet stroker. Another common one, and I'm not talking about people that don't understand the game. I'm talking about people that do this kind of stuff on purpose. Let me get 32 inside. Whoa. 32 inside. Got it. 32 inside. Dice haven't even moved yet, and they say, let me get the outside, or 4 and 10. Okay, so you wanted 52 across. Give them their 5 change, and we move on. Again, string betting. Another common, not common, but another type of place bet stroker, aside from the string bets, and I could sit there and list off 4 or 5 different types of string bets. String bets is just beyond irritating. Don't do it. Another common, semi-common rather, place bet stroker, the ones that have this fascination with improper bets. Some people seem to think that the casino is trying to take them by having them do proper bets. In reality, you're actually giving the casino free money when you do improper bets. So, you know, people that get all offended when we try and encourage them to do proper bets, that at that point they get zero help from the dealer. When people get absolutely offended and start talking down to the dealers will just stop helping them. Like, if you want to give the casino free money, we try to help you. And, you know, if you're arguing with us or being a jerk, we already know that you're not exactly the type of player that's going to be beneficial to the dealers or the casino, so we're just going to let you keep giving the casino free money. But I've seen players that, here's a great one. I know a player that does this kind of stuff. $9 inside pressure. The thing is, once you're above the table minimum, absolutely you can do improper. I mean, there's some places that just the flat won't let you. You know, you say, oh, $9 inside pressure, and the dealers are going to say it's 16 inside if you want to press it. I just want to press them up $3 each. It's $16 if you want to press them up a unit each. I know some places and some dealers that just won't take it. Just like if someone said, oh, you know what, press all these numbers, most dealers are going to say, no, that's not happening. If somebody is really diehard, then and arguing, then of course, then we're going to go ahead and set it up. But improper bets, press everything $3. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Once again, you're giving the casino free money, and it just makes no sense. Number 3 of some of the worst players we see, what in my head I call Hopkins. The players that their entire strategy is based around hop bets. It's a terrible strategy. The odds are almost identical to roulette, but the payouts are significantly worse. So go play roulette. It makes a lot more sense. You bet the same amount of money, you can actually win more on almost the exact same odds. So players that we just see them, everything is hop this, hop that, hop this, three-way this, two-way this. Let me get three-way eights, heavy on the easy eights, and then three-way crap plus a press my high-low. And not so much any kind of stroking aspect or all that, because really the center action bets are actually pretty easy as long as they're all bet all at the same time and stuff like that. There's no problems with them. I mean, they're legitimate bets. So as long as people are betting them, give me all your bets at once, articulate your bets properly. It's not that big a deal. The center action bets are not that hard. We just see players that is their sole strategy in our heads. We know this player's not winning. They're not only are they not going to win, they're going to lose very quickly. They may hit the occasional lucky streak where 2 or 3 hot bets hit right in a row, so that it looks like they're making some money, but within 20 minutes, it's all going to be gone and they're going to be down again. I've seen somebody throw $25 aces and it actually hit. Their entire strategy was based around $50 hardways each on the hardways, and then green hop action. So it hit almost within 3 minutes of them buying in. They had hit both a hardway and they had hit one of the hops. So they were up like $1,400 within their first 3 or 4 minutes of playing the game. 15 minutes later, they were completely broke and taken off. So it's a bad way of playing. Number 4, as far as some of the worst players we see, are the heavy superstitious players. Now this is a very superstitious game. This and Bach, by the way. Baccarat is a very superstitious game as well. A lot of players are very, very, very superstitious playing that game. But this gets a lot of people that are also superstitious, and most of them are very, very harmless. They're harmless. They don't impact the game, the speed of the game, the other players, anything along those lines. They're just kind of amusing or kind of fun. Even some of the dealers, that are obviously not superstitious, may do 1 or 2 things, mostly just kind of for fun. I know some dealers when they play, they'll actually set the dice to a certain number. They know that's pointless, and as long as they're hitting the back wall and tumbling, but they do it just to have almost like a ritual or something, or just for fun. Some dealers, will turn off bets, so dice go off the table, things like that. They know the math hasn't changed. They know the odds haven't changed. So most of the superstitions are very, 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 very harmless, but some get pretty out there, pretty crazy. Now, things like I turn my bets off when dice go off the table, or take all my bets down every time I see a crap roll and stuff like that. It's no big deal other than it's throwing the game down. I've seen some players that a 3 rolls, they'll take all their place bets down, and then 2 rolls later they'll put them all right back up again. We would have preferred that you actually just turn them off, but there's some that will super slow the game down. I know one guy that he's one of those Hopkins players. Almost everything is a hop, and you're talking between $30 to $50 on his hop bets. And if something hits, if one of them hits, he'll have say a $40 two-way 5, say $40 two-way 5, and and maybe say a $60 three-way 8, okay? $40 two-way 5, $60 three-way 8. Now let's say something hits. Let's say a 5 hits, okay? So before we can even pay him, right, and it would just be $220, he will say, give me $320 and down. Okay, fine. So we'll give him $320 and down. Now keep in mind, he's got $100 in action here, okay? Two-way and a three-way. So he'll say, give me $320 and down. So we'll take everything down. We'll pay him $320, and then he's going to say, give me a $40 two-way 9, okay, and give me a $60 three-way 6. Okay, so we took you down, and you came right back up and just changed your numbers, which we could have done anyway. So we just kind of like, because he's just one of those super superstitious players, except that it stops the game. We actually stop the game because we know that he's going to string in a couple of bets on us. So we wait. We stop the game, so every other player has to stop and stare at this player while we're staring at him, waiting for him to throw his money back in that we just gave him, that he just had up, that we could have just left up. I know one player that he seems to think that the dice are sentient, so if he thinks that if he motions like he's going to bet the field right before they throw the dice, that the dice are going to think he was betting the field and are going to roll on a non-field number. It's crazy, but he'll have maybe a place bets on the 5, 6, 8. So he'll just sit there, and then we hand the dice out to the player, and this dude with nothing in no chips in his hand will go twice, like he's trying to trick the dice into thinking that he was betting the field. It's crazy. But he puts his hands out there in front of the player while they're throwing the dice. Does this kind of stuff all the time. And he's got all kinds of weird ones to trick the dice. He'll motion like he's throwing the dice, and or he's throwing chips in. Like, oh, that's another one too. Like he'll go to hop. He'll take some chips in his hand, and he'll be like 2 or 3 times to show the dice that he's trying to bet, to trick that. It's really weird. But those kind of superstitious players, they're affecting the game for everybody else, and it's painful to watch. So that's another one of the worst players. And then the final one, the 5th worst type of player, the shot takers. The ones that their entire bets are kind of based around trying to take a shot on the crew, on the table. People that do a lot of different hot bets and then will argue, say, no, I bet this bet. I always bet this bet. No, you don't always bet that bet. You bet a different hot bet every single roll, but nice try. A player that'll say, drop that down as a late bet even, and then if a 6 rolls, say, oh yeah, that's my $30 6. If anything else rolls, they expect it to travel to the don't come. Now we can identify the shot takers very, very, very quickly, and a good dealer knows how to deal with it. But those are also some of the worst types of players that we can see. So that's 5 of the worst types of players that we can see. I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Okay, everybody, and as promised, all the usual blah blah that I try and do at the beginning of the video, we're going to go ahead and put near the end of the video. And here we go. So thank you, everybody, for your usual patronage. All of you that are patrons of ours, we very, very much appreciate it. Thank you, everybody who's been buying us a cup of coffee. Love to say it's going to coffee right now, but this month with the entire family out for COVID, it's honestly going to Bill's and probably the kid's birthday in a week. But we definitely appreciate it. We're going to continue working on these live streams. I know you guys have seen some of them popping up. Just got to figure out the look of it, and some of the audio is still giving me issues. But hopefully we'll be getting those live streams and the craps tournaments going as soon as possible. Really just going to depend on scheduling. My schedule changed, Amy's schedule changed, kids' school schedule is fun. So once we figure out exactly how all those schedules are going to work, we'll let everybody know. And otherwise, please continue emailing us with anything you would like to see videoed. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye now.